Honestly, I am not used to this kind of wholesome praise. I'm very uncomfortable in the face of such a barrage of such um, wholehearted praise directed against me. That's why I was virtually squirming in my seat. Because right from my childhood, I'm used to living with people who are very, reserved, okay, taciturn, okay. If at all they want to say something good, they'll let it out with great reluctance. I think that is the ideal. I prefer that kind of a response often, which means when you hear something, that suddenly you have a kind of adrenaline shot getting, because otherwise you take things very casually. So I'm used to taking things casually like that. So this was rather a big surprise. I didn't expect people. Moreover, I don't know if what you have all expressed is true. I'm not doubting your veracity, but I have this haunting feeling that there might be a lot of exaggeration, which is what I fear the most. So I think I should say something about my failures to balance what has been said so far. So one of the things which what this seminar was a dream of mine. Yes, right. It is realized. Okay, as other speakers said, the sheer variety of the seminar in adaptation, that was a big revelation for me, that such a thing could be organized. I should thank Dr. Sajida, Dr. Janigo, Dr. Tasneem, all my colleagues, Shama, Khayyum, Shamla, all these, and of course my research scholars and other research scholars in the department and students all around. And all other people, many other people have contributed. This was something quite unexpected, but what I feel very happy about. But there was one person I wanted available here to talk to us. Okay, a well-known radio playwright. Okay, one of the most accomplished persons in this field, Hussein Karadi, having written 40 plays, most of which were adaptations. Randamoolam, for example, as a radio play. Kovilan's Thotangal as a radio play. Mayeri Pureda Telangalin as a radio play. He's ill. He can't move out of his home. So there is a big disappointment. So we had a presentation on plays in general. But this would have been a big thing. So I was expecting him to be here and he couldn't have. The other thing I found wanting was anything on audio description, a new form of adaptation. It has been around for some time, some studies have appeared, and it has taken off, I found, in Hollywood. You can find a few Hindi films which have audio description. Okay, you can just go to the settings, click on audio description, and you can hear the visuals being described. I was introduced to this new venture in Bollywood recently. So, but I couldn't find any resource person to talk about that. Okay. And of course, I thank Janaki for mentioning this school connection. There also, I find that I didn't receive the kind of support I expected. Although from teachers in general, there was some kind of good response. So you met Dr. Ms. Bindu Ahmad here. She's also retiring this year. She actually lent her voice to this audio digitalization of 3 textbooks, standards 8th, 9th, and 10th. Okay, and it was a good production. And the former Vice Chancellor released it here in 2016. But the SCRT, our supreme body for school education, virtually ignored this project. Otherwise, it would have been a big hit. Teachers don't have to consult phonetic dictionaries for the pronunciation of words. They can just let the students listen to this audio text. But that didn't materialize. Okay. And of the many other things, okay, there was a radio play which I improvised. Nothing much, nothing very spectacular about it. But then I thought there could be a continuity for this play. It's a short skit rather, as a short film. That also hasn't materialized. Probably, I don't know when it will be realized. And our project for video, our project for preparing study materials from in various fields, cinematography, in various aspects of criticism, new historicism, deconstruction, inviting resource persons, asking them to speak for 20 minutes or so, preparing a good, well-edited video and launching it in Creative Commons so that it's accessible to all people. This is also not materialized. Our studio is also in a very rudimentary condition, not to speak about our language lab. So when the language lab was launched, we expected some assistance from the university in the form of grants for software. That didn't materialize. Now that such softwares are not necessary, it has been found unnecessary. You can directly launch into it by through Wi-Fi. You don't need a wired LAN. Okay, and some platforms allow all kinds of things. You can have separate chat rooms. You can send 2 students into these chat rooms to discuss, to practice phonetics. All such things are possible. So you don't require wired labs. You don't require any special software. All this is possible, but we haven't launched it. Okay, probably the preoccupations that we have as teachers is the reason. But anyway, all these things are in the future. Okay, so I think if I assess myself as a resource person and a teacher, I wouldn't give myself the marks that you gave me. I will find myself grading me somewhere between B plus and what else? 55 and 65, roughly. If I'm grading myself as a teacher and not above them. Because all these are possibilities which have not been realized. Okay, somebody, okay. But it's not necessary that I should be around, as many people hoped here I'll be around. Okay, I don't matter as a phenomenon. Okay, I'm just somebody passing. Okay, the institution, the bodies of knowledge which have been created, they'll be here. And other people definitely step into, if at all there is a vacuum, if at all my passing has resulted in a vacuum, I think somebody else will step into it. It's only a matter of time. It's a very natural thing to happen. Okay, nobody is indispensable. No. That's a lesson that we learn as teachers, as writers, as resources. That is a big fallacy. Okay, as overestimating yourself and believing that your passing will be the end of after me the deluge, Louis XIV's notorious statement. So such a thing is not what is actually happening on the ground. Okay, people come, people go. Okay, as Eliot said. Okay, people come and go. Whether Michelangelo is around or not, people come and go. Okay, other people will take their place. That's all. That's the only thing is for the community and the species to survive. That's going to happen unless something very drastic happens, unless an asteroid falls. Okay, on Earth and everything is wiped out. Unless that happens, I think we'll be surviving. We'll be surviving as a species. We'll be teachers will be surviving as a community. The university will be surviving. Nothing. Nothing is going to happen unless, of course, changes are happening. They say after 2033 there won't be any universities. Okay. The kind of changes that are being made. So all these are, looking us in the face. We don't know what's going to happen. Okay. So I've just expressed my mixed feelings about But I should also say that there are a large number of people who have not received the recognition that they deserve. Number of people, I'm not naming anybody. Okay, even my research scholars. Okay, some of them. Some of them who have brighter ideas than me. Some of my colleagues, some of my students, which I have often discovered. Coming up with ideas which I have never thought about. Coming up with suggestions, coming up with projects. Okay. So it's very humbling to be in the midst of all these people, research scholars, students, colleagues, friends, number of people outside. Okay. So that you realize, so that you put yourself in your place. You know. Normally you put other people in their places. Now, when you are with such people, you put yourself in your place. Okay. You realize that you are just as Hawking said, a speck of carbon. Okay. Crawling in the endless cosmos. The idea that he expressed about the triviality of individuals, as a triviality of a race as such, humanity. So that's what I think people should realize. Okay, so I don't know if I have saddened you by this outburst, but I'll lighten things by saying that I'm sponsoring 2 translation prizes for the rest of my life. It's like taking an insurance policy. So if the prizes are given every year, I think you know that I'm alive. Okay. I don't know if my children will continue to sponsor it, but I'm just announcing this. I'm not announcing the amount. Okay. But I hope it will be substantial for every year, translation prizes. So on this note, on this happier note, I'll end. Thank you.